Hi, I'm Alan Baker, the winemaker for Cartograph Wines, and today is another in the series that we're calling Library Friday, and that is every once in a while on Fridays we pop open a bottle from our cellar that's got a little bit of age on it and try to kind of just see where the wine has gone over the past few years, so that any of you who have wines in your cellar or you're curious to learn more about older wines, you're able to come to the tasting room and check it out. So this week we are tasting a 2016 Pinot Noir, and it is from the Saltonstall vineyard, which is, it's in an AVA called the Petaluma Gap. If you look at the label, it will just say Sonoma Coast on it, right, from 2016, because the Petaluma Gap wasn't an official AVA yet. So it is dead center in the middle of that wind that comes howling through the Petaluma Gap every afternoon due to inland convection and warming of the air. So that's the wine. That's where we are. We're western Sonoma County, due west of Petaluma. And this wine will be open September 3rd, Friday, September 3rd, in the Cartograph Tasting Room, downtown Healdsburg. If you can join us, we would love to share this with you. And aromatically, it's definitely made a shift to the earthy side of Pinot, kind of think like wet forest floor rather than kind of bright fruity strawberries and cranberry. But there's definitely some nice plum, strawberry, and if it makes any sense, kind of that red apple skin, the aromatic. It's kind of a strange one, but definitely subtle aromatically, and I often see wines that have really soft and subtle aromatic profiles. They tend to be very well integrated on the palate. They tend to kind of not have a lot of things sticking out in all directions, and they're very harmonious. So yeah, let's give it a taste and see. Yeah, it's very, very well integrated, soft across the palate, and you know, it's lost some of that initial fruitiness, or like the youthful exuberance with a lot of fruit that young wines have, but it's gained in complexity and really nice structure on the palate. And it hasn't, 2016, it's been in the bottle for a while, but this wine hasn't really built a lot of mid-palate. Sometimes Pinot can kind of just bulk up in the mid-palate as it ages, and I think what we're getting off of this wine, if you look at the label, it's 13.5% alcohol, which to me makes me remember that we were able to get this fruit out of the vineyard before the grapes were super ripe, and that tells me that at that alcohol, I know I'm probably going to have pretty good acid and lively wine. And so that's why a lot of sommeliers and people who are really focused on pairing wines with food like those lower alcohol wines, because they tend to have a little bit higher acid and make for delicious pairing wines. And the reason behind that is just simple nature, in that as grapes accumulate sugar, they start to lose their natural acidity. So that's why I always like to see a 13.5, 13.8 on our labels, because I know that I've gotten the fruit out of the vineyard and into the bottle in good shape. So it should be a lively, really well a wine that's well suited to pair with many foods. And the other thing I'm noticing is after about 20 or 30 minutes in the glass, this wine tends to soften up a little bit. It kind of evolves quickly after you expose it to air. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes that indicates that a wine is reaching kind of the end of its ideal drinking window, and it's going to shift into a different state. And you can tell by the kind of earthy, funky notes on the front of this that it is definitely softening up with age. But the color is still really beautiful. There's no brickish color around the edge, so I'm not worried that this is a wine that is going to prematurely oxidize. It's just shifting into that next career, or however you want to put it for a grape. So if you have this in your cellar, I would say go ahead and open it. It's at a really nice spot right now. Or if you are aware that you like wines like Pinot with a little bit of age on it, this is at a really nice spot. So hope you can join us in the tasting room this Friday the 3rd, and we will have this wine open. You can also get this on the cartographwines.com website. So I hope we see you in the tasting room on Friday. Cheers.